another episode of Meet My Mississippi Authors and Artists, and we have some fabulous guests. Of course, I always tell you that. We're here on the Hill Country Network, and today we have
Annie McKee from Meridian. I am thrilled to be here with this beautiful little town of New Albany, one of my favorites.
Yes, Annie, I always start with every one of my guests to find out when did I meet these people and how far do we go back. So what I thought is our first time meeting was Mississippi Arts Commission as the show, yes. Mississippi Arts Hour.
We were on that, yes we were.
Yes, and that was.
But we knew each other prior to that. We had just never actually met.
Right, Facebook friends.
Because we are so ridiculously
loyal
to Mississippi. That's what we
do.
do.
Well, that's how I met mostly everyone that I interviewed from Facebook. Because I met them on Facebook because anybody who had anything to do with Mississippi, love Mississippi, write about Mississippi, I made sure to get in contact with them.
Yes.
So you were definitely one of the first ones on my list because you are everything Mississippi.
I am all of it.
And then when we did the Mississippi Arts Hour, oh my goodness, you read from your book, Hold It Up, Mississippi Photos of Mississippi, Historic Photos of Mississippi.
In the third print, by the way.
Yes, and the introduction is what, like, I was sitting there the whole time going, I should have written this. It sounds just like me. And then when we got finished with the interview, you said that your husband got in the car and said, everything y'all said is just alike almost.
Just alike.
You know, that's the way it should be.
It should be. And you know, Patricia, if we do not step up and promote our state, who will?
Absolutely.
It's up to us.
Absolutely.
Who live here, who love it, who could have left hubs and opportunities through his work and my career to leave and go to other places, other states, other parts of the world. But we said, no, we're staying in Mississippi.
And that, of course, is my slogan, always, always celebrating the South and promoting a positive Mississippi. And we want everyone to get on that bandwagon.
Yes,
right?
we do.
And you helped start them young with that by telling them all the wonderful stories.
I'm just finishing since the 1st of March. If I look a little baffled and weary, like when I walked in and said, am I there yet?
Yeah, right.
I was with children at a private school, at a Catholic school, and then through the community college, putting on little plays about Mississippi artists.
Okay.
And we had Jim Henson, and we had Elvis this year, and history through drama, the children will never forget it.
Right. So now I want to go back a little bit on that. So I usually don't ever use a card, and I wrote a few things on a card because you have so many things I need to talk to you about. Now tell us about the connection with the community college, and then tell us about being a Mississippi Arts Commission teaching
Here's
artist.
My brochure.
Okay, so tell us all about it.
Okay, well I will. It just, things have opened for me, and I know the Lord has brought me to it and through it and provided for me these opportunities to tell the Mississippi story. And I can't get enough of it, Patricia, like you. I just can't get enough of it. But the community college in Meridian, I teach creative writing there and just continuing ed. I've taught journaling, and I've taught, it's a course that I created. It's from grassroots to nonprofit.
Okay.
And I've put it together, and I hope my classes will fill the next time it's been offered. Because I'm going to talk to you a bit about our cemetery.
Definitely the Rose Hill tour. We have so much to talk about today.
We do.
So, and we don't want to skip over the junior college and community college thing because we are so proud of our community colleges.
Yes.
And Mississippi was the first state to have a system of community colleges, junior colleges.
Yes.
So an organized system in the state. So we're very proud of them all.
We are proud of them. I know when I was in school, we called it the 13th and the 14th grade.
Absolutely.
And then it merged, teach you how to play. Then it merged into the junior college,
Right.
and then to the community college.
Absolutely.
I am very dedicated to the educational system on that level compared to college.
Wonderful.
Because so many young people would never have the opportunity if there wasn't a community college available.
Absolutely. And my son just graduated from Wamba Community College, so I have high praises for. And they're like one of the top 100 in the United States. So now tell us about being a teaching artist with on the arts roster that we have in Mississippi. Tell us all about that.
Well, I have been on the teaching artist roster, I believe this is my 8th year. And that just allows me special training. I take my talent, I take what I do, and I parallel it with teaching in the classroom. And if you're on the Mississippi Arts Commission teaching artist roster, you have opportunities that come to you through the Kennedy Center, through Mississippi Alliance for Arts Education, through Mississippi Arts Commission. All of these opportunities come to help you perfect your craft in order to take it to the classroom. Mine is drama, and my drama is about Mississippi history. Because when the students step into a drama on the stage about a piece of Mississippi history, they will never forget it.
Right.
Never.
Absolutely.
And the play I just finished, which was part of the Mississippi Arts Commission's teaching artist. Help me on this. I'm going to edit on this. But it was funded by Mississippi Arts Commission in part, and by the humanities and other places where I'm listed. It was just through. It was the Meridian history. I started with Chief Pushmataha, the Choctaw Nation.
Okay.
You should
Choctaw Nation Native Land. Okay.
You should have seen my little Choctaws. They
The
were
kids.
3 and 4 years old.
You all need to go to her Facebook page and see some of the kids who are dressed up as all these characters.
Yes.
Okay, now was this a summer camp type of thing?
No, this is regular term.
Okay.
It was the Meridian St. Patrick's Catholic School.
Okay, great.
And my little Choctaws, we started the history there, and we went all the way through the trains. You know, we're a train town in Meridian too, as most towns are in Mississippi. We started on the backs of the rails.
Absolutely.
And it's such important history.
It
And that's
is.
why I just enjoyed hearing the train about a few minutes ago. And anyway, we had the founders of Meridian,
Okay.
and we had, little kids, I think 2nd graders.
Okay, I love it. Be still my heart. I just love it. I love it, love it.
And the little guys, the little boys, they compete with each other, just as in history.
Absolutely.
In Meridian, we had the founders, Mr. Ball and Mr. Ragsdale, who came to Meridian when they got word of the railroads. Bob land and began to lay out roads. But the thing is, they would not share their plat maps. So now our streets in Meridian are just like this. And you have met one of these men when you run into a crazy intersection.
Oh my goodness.
So, but we went all the way through, present day.
It is never too early to start teaching our children a love for Mississippi and a history of Mississippi. And that's what I love to do with my children, with Meet My Mississippi.
Yes.
And that's what I really, really want to do. Like I said, we are so close in part with the things that we do. And it just
And our paths,
Patricia,
I will be on my way to do something, and you will have just left there like a week before.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now tell us about being on the Meridian Star newspaper. You write articles.
I do.
Since when, and what do you write about?
Oh, good grief! I have written columns for Meridian Star since Katrina.
Right.
That was 2005. Isn't that right? That was my first column for them. And it just caught their eye. At random, I just sent it to the email address of the Meridian Star.
And now you write about all kinds of just southern stuff and things that go on, and life in the southern line, life in the southwest.
That's right. And southern food and well, this week they published my columns come out on Fridays.
Okay.
Now I'm an opinion columnist.
Right.
So they have to, sort of rein me in sometimes.
Yes, that's perfect for Southern ladies because we have definite opinions
We
about
do,
everything.
And so
Everybody needs to hear it too.
we had a true incident where Annie Oakley, the sharpshooter lady, was in Meridian with the Buffalo Bill Wild Wild West show in the early 1900s. And someone dared her downtown, the Meridian Hotel, to shoot out a window. And someone told me that. Well, I got in my car right that minute and I scooted downtown to see if I could see that shot in the window, and there it was. It was just plain silver. Well, I had wanted to make a connection. She led such a exemplary life. She was caring, and most of her fortune went to charities and her family when she died. But so I wanted to make a connection with her because I thought, what a life to teach for our Mississippi students, but I had to have that Mississippi connection.
Right, absolutely.
So
Perfect.
I had it.
Perfect.
I had it. So I brought my Annie Oakley hat.
Okay, we're going to hear all about these different
Yes.
characters that you have. Now tell us about the mysteries of Rose Hill and the Rose Hill Cemetery tours and when they have them, and you're the director of it, and how did it really get started? Because now it's just not started. I mean, it has bloomed into this huge thing. It's a huge thing now.
It is.
And did you all have some kind of connection with the Natchez Trace that were doing something for the bicentennial? I don't know, and then they did something with, maybe not, but.
No, but we're a little bit off the beaten track for the Natchez Trace. I wish we had that close to us, but
I
we're
thought I
not.
saw something on their thing about you.
Well, we have the Gypsy Queen. That's our big draw.
Okay, and I want to hear that story. So tell us first the history of the Rose Hill Cemetery, like this.
Well, I had this little man and woman, Mr. Walton Moore and his wife Lee, who read my newspaper columns. He called me one day, and he had saved this cemetery. It's a Victorian age cemetery, but as a lot of cemeteries, it had gone under with overturned markers and just debris, and it needed cleaning. And so he organized a group. They cleaned it. It's beautiful. It's pristine. I call it a marble orchard. It's just beautiful. And he called me and he said, I want to have in this cemetery a costume tour like Natchez. This is what he said, like Natchez. And you are just the one that can do it. He was a very charming Southern gentleman, you know. I fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. I did. And so anyway, it was a lot of work. It took 2 years to get it organized and get our volunteers. We're all volunteers.
Right. And how many do you have? About how many are?
We tell about 25 stories. And so, but all inclusive, we have way over 100 people.
Oh, I know. When I see it on here, y'all need to like the page on Facebook.
You
They
do.
have a Facebook page. And what is it called?
Rose Hill Cemetery Costume Tour.
Okay, very good.
And we have 2 pages.
And how often are the tours, and when is a big tour?
It's an annual tour the last Saturday in September.
Okay.
And this year is September 28th. It's our 10th anniversary tour.
Okay.
And I like to say, for 10 years now, I've come out on the green side of the cemetery. I don't know how long that's going to last because it's a pretty tedious job. But anyway, it's a Victorian age, and I began to train up the storytellers who wanted to help, because they were volunteers. They were historians and teachers and retired people, and we have a teenage group, a stage 2 theatrical group that comes out to help, and we have all ages. And so I began to train the elements of storytelling, and then I began to get in touch with all of my friends, my artist friends around the state, including you.
Yes.
And just
Get the
spouting,
word out. Yes, get it out. Tell it.
just spouting out about Rose Hill Cemetery. And the first year that we held the tour, which was 10 years ago, we said, all of us who had put it together, if we have 100 people, we will deem it successful.
Well, honey.
We had 4,000 people.
I know, my goodness.
We just could not believe it.
People want it.
They
People
want it.
want to hear our history, want to know it, and it's so fascinating.
It is.
So before we run out of time of anything, I want you to read the beginning of his historic photos of Mississippi to give a flavor of who Annie McKee is and how you frame everything. And then give us a little clip kind of your characters.
Okay, I will. This is how I began this endeavor. And by the way, the publishers, Turner Publishing out of Nashville. Imagine a ride with the Mississippi mockingbird as it soars through the Mississippi skies. Beginning in the land of Elvis at Tupelo, one moves down to the piney woods of East Central Mississippi, where the ground is covered with fragrant pine straw and where Choctaw moccasins once walked the trails. Then turn south where the ocean waves swell upon sandy beaches and seagulls hover and squawk in the breeze. Continue onward to the mansions of historic Natchez and the cotton fields of the Mississippi Delta, where the blues reign supreme. Finally swoop down toward Old Man River, the majestic Mississippi, and skim across its yellow waters. The waters have seen war and defeat, loss and love, heartbreaks and triumphs. No sentiments need speaking. Only the sweet songs of the mockingbird are required to understand a land whose beauty is second only to the strength of its people.
I love it. And when you were reading, I was like, I should have written that. And then, like I said, your husband said, wow, everything you all are saying is just alike. Okay, now we're going to go into some of your favorite, tell us about some of your favorite people that you do storytelling about, Mississippi history.
Okay, well, shall I tell you the Gypsy Queen
Please,
story?
please.
I will, I didn't bring a full regalia costumes, but I brought this little scarf that is something like the gypsies of the era war. And she died in 1915. Once I put this on my hairdo's done for the day.
That's okay, you've done everything you need to do today.
That's right. But she died of childbirth, and it was sudden, and her people were devastated. So I'm going to tell you this story today in the voice of her cousin, Anna. And Anna is so distraught, but she's trying to tell you what has happened to her cousin. She's at the cemetery. I just can't believe my cousin is gone. She's crossed the river Styx into the next life. But we were not ready to lose her. It was so sudden. You see, we had just crossed the Tombigbee River, and the date was January the 31st, 1915, and we had gathered and encircled our camp with the big fire in the middle, and the cooking pots had come out, and the old men had brought out their violins and were patting their foot and singing a jolly song. The children were scampering around. And then my cousin, Kelly, called to me and she said, "Come quickly, Anna, the baby is coming." Now we knew the baby wasn't new. I mean, this was her 14th child to deliver. We knew the signs, we knew the time, and it was too early. But I quickly went to her wagon, and all the women gathered, and I called, "Bring hot water, bring clean cloths. The Queen is delivering a baby." Now, we were always excited for a new birth in our camp, especially a birth of royalty. Queen Kelly, Queen of the Gypsies of North America, and her husband, King Emil. We were all family people. We loved our family. We stayed together. We helped each other. We worked. So we all were ready to celebrate for this birth. But King Emil obviously could hear the sound of my voice, the urgency, the desperation of my voice. And he came quickly. I said to him, we can't stop the bleeding. He says, what can I do? He said, I'll call for the doctor. So he called for the doctor of the little town there, Coatopa, near the Tombigbee River. He called for the local doctor. He said, I will give you $10,000 if you can save my queen. But it wasn't to be. She died that night. Now what were we to do? She's gone, and what are we to do? The king had a dilemma. You see, he knew he needed to find a town that was nearby that had a mortuary that either had refrigeration or an ice house, because it would be 2 weeks before the entire nation of gypsies of the Romany would arrive for her burial. Someone mentioned Meridian. So it was the saddest sight. He loaded her body into the back of the largest wagon there in the clan, and he and his brother turned west towards Meridian. Now, all of us that were left there in the camp, we clung to each other. We just couldn't believe it that our queen was gone. We eventually cleaned up our side and loaded up and followed them. When King Ubel arrived to Meridian, he talked to the mortuary owner, and things were set up for a lying-in state. And then he talked to the minister at the Episcopal Church, and he also found a burial spot at Rose Hill Cemetery. And as members of the family arrived from all across the nation, everyone clung to each other and sobbed. Our queen was gone. It was just so hard to believe. But it's estimated 20,000 of our people arrived to Meridian for that funeral. Meridian had a population of around 20,000 at the time in 1915. And so therefore, it is said nearly 40,000 people walked through to pay their respects. The funeral was held at the Episcopal Church. The church was so filled. It was a cold day on February the 12th, 1915. Such a cold day. But the windows of the church and the doors of the church were opened where as many people as possible could come and hear the service. Her little children each came one by one and placed mementos into her casket. And the youngest child placed the earrings in her ears. The newspaper had an article that gave all the details of that funeral service, and it was a sad occasion. And then it was time for the processional to Rose Hill Cemetery. And all of the women and children of the clan gathered in one large carriage. The queen was placed in a black hearse that was pulled by white horses with black plumes. And the men of the clan walked bareheaded without their hats, because that was a sign of respect to not wear a hat. And they walked on foot. It was about a 2-mile walk from the church to the cemetery where she was laid. Her casket had a glass top so she could be seen clearly. And when arriving at the cemetery, the glass top was opened, where last hugs and kisses and last gifts could be placed inside the coffin. And then she was buried. Now at midnight, our family returned. We had an additional service there for her memory. But it was still hard to believe. And today, as I've come back to visit my queen, my cousin, Kelly Mitchell, I'm in unbelief that she is gone. But I think she will be remembered for many years to come. And that's
amazing.
part of my story.
The amazing talent we have in Mississippi. You see what I'm talking about? The friends that I have and the people that we have in Mississippi. Unbelievable. Now tell us, people come every year just, you know,
Yes.
to look at the grave and put things on the grave and everything.
Well, I'll just tell you some asides about
And if we
that.
go over, we're just talking, so just let us go. If we
It's
cut that
fine.
out, yeah, we need to do a little more talking.
Okay. Well, as an aside, I've been to that cemetery many times, working, and you know, we're still researching, we're still finding more stories. But every week, probably every day, there are Romanies that come to pay their respects. They will come reverently to her graveside, and they will stand there. I've watched them from afar. I will not disturb them, although I'm dying to go ask questions.
Right.
You know. But they'll stand there quietly. And they will leave that memento on the wolf stone. So our caretakers at the cemetery about every 2 weeks will have to clean it off because it's just stacked and stacked. And I have seen, well, lots of whiskey bottles, lots of coins. One time I saw a little pair with purple slippers with a little bag to match. But the most unusual thing Margaret. And after the man left who had been visiting with her, I, being the nosy type, decided I would walk over just to see what was in the sack. It was from Burger King. It was a burger and fries.
Soda or
She
something
did,
that people
orange
leave.
soda.
Orange soda,
Yes.
orange crush or whatever. And people would leave it, still leave those there, so.
As we tell our stories, see, we tell them in the cemetery, but we tell them anywhere we invite them,
Right.
we will tell them. And we've met so many people who've given us other little tidbits about her. And she had a favorite blanket,
Okay.
so she was buried with that blanket. Now, there's a big rumor that she was probably buried with a lot of jewelry and money. And there have been several attempts
To try.
break into that grave, but no one's ever gotten in there.
Right.
And I just have to add that the times that people have tried to break into her grave, every one of them have been dealt with a severe malady to come to them. Either they've died suddenly, they've been arrested and put in jail, or they've become sick. So we
Like the
feel
curse
like
of pyramids kind of thing.
yes, we're thinking,
Yeah.
don't mess with our gypsy queen.
Okay, so tell us some of the other stories that you tell and show us your famous hat that you wear all the time.
I will.
Storytelling and being the southern lady that you are. Show us some of the characters.
Well, this little hat is when I told the, well, it's got a story behind the story. I got a call from Natchez. It was during the bicentennial in 2017. They wanted me to come to Natchez. It was something they were doing there and portray the wife of the first governor, David Holmes. So I immediately got me this little hat. I ordered it online. This is the period of time, 1817. And they said, "Will you do your research?" I said, "Okay." And I started researching. I was so excited. Oh, I want to do this. You know that man never married. I was so mad. That governor never married. And so then I thought, well, what am I going to do?
That's a guilty fiance.
I know, I'm just feeling real kicked around. But then I decided I would tell his mother's story, which was not as exciting.
Well,
But
introduce yourself, Mother.
I'm Rebecca Hunter Holmes, and today I've come to tell you all about my darling boy, David. Oh, my son David was number 2 out of 7 children, and being the second son, he had to make his own way there, our home in Berkeley, Virginia. And I wanted to help him. So many said he was so much like me, such a quiet, kind, gentle spirit. And so I wanted to help him. Now, my husband had fought in the Revolutionary War. And we became acquaintances with General Washington. And on occasion, he would come to visit, and my darling son David just adored the General. He followed him all around the grounds when he was there, and was greatly influenced by the General. So in a few years after my son had earned his law degree, there came an opportunity to go to the western frontier, Patricia, that is, of course, Mississippi, where it was wild and woolly. He accepted that opportunity to become governor of the territory. That was in 1805. And it took him weeks and weeks to arrive. He did come via the Natchez Trace to Natchez, actually Washington City, which was the first capital of the state. And he came there with pack mules and just by foot. It was hazardous travel. But when he arrived, he helped set up the legislator and all of the government regulations of the states. During the Mississippi 200th anniversary, I received a call from Natchez, and they needed me to come and portray the very first governor's wife. So they asked me to do my own research, and I ordered this hat right off the bat. I just thought it was cute as thing. And I ordered the hat because this is during that time period. And I began my research. David Holmes, the first governor of Mississippi. And I was so shocked, and I was so disappointed that man never married.
And they didn't know that?
They didn't know that.
Okay.
So they left it up to me. So I'm thinking, I've got to do this. You know, that I was so excited to be the wife of the first governor. I looked up his picture. I thought he was sort of cute, you know, and I wanted to be his wife. But then there I was, and I told the people who contacted me, they said, well, just make up your own stuff. And so that's what I can portray his mother, because his mother was very influential in his life, and she was a great support, and she encouraged him. So she was Rebecca Hunter Holmes from Berkeley County, Virginia. And David Holmes, her son, was the number 2 son out of her 7 children. And at that period of time, that number 2 son would not benefit from any inheritance. He had to make his own way. Now, Rebecca Hunter Holmes came from a well-known, pious family. But her husband, some said, was a little high-toned. He did fight in the Revolutionary War, so perhaps he had to be high-toned to be a soldier during that time. But so many people told Rebecca Hunter Holmes that number 2 son David was so much like her in character, and she felt that she needed to help him in any way that she could to make his way. She was able to influence him to graduate from law school, and then he began a small practice there in Berkeley County. But an opportunity came to him to come to the Mississippi Territory, which, Patricia, you know, is the western frontier. And so he accepted that to come, and it was a very terrible trip to trek down the Natchez Trace with pack mules and all the dangers. It was wild and woolly at the time, but he made his way into the Natchez area, and he began to work setting up the government. Did much work, and he became over the territory and the governor of the territory. And that was in 1805, and by 1817 he was appointed as the first governor of Mississippi. Well, she still was that influence because George Washington had been his hero, David Holmes' hero, and so she wanted to encourage her son, and so he died in 1832. She's still alive at that time. And at his funeral service, she said, he said, my son died with never making an enemy. And if any of us ever live such a life, it would be remarkable.
Absolutely.
She was a true mom.
Oh,
She was a true
that's wonderful. Now let's see your other hat that you wear on
Okay.
and then we'll wind it down. And thank you for blessing us and gracing us.
Well, this is Annie Oakley.
Okay.
This is my Annie Oakley hat.
And give us a little voice, give us a little taste of Annie. Just introduce yourself.
Okay. My name is Annie Oakley, and I was dedicated to my family. And I realized when I was 9 years old that I had a good eye. I could outshoot my brothers when we were bagging squirrels with the dinner table. And it was at that time that my father died and left our family destitute. So I began to shoot and bag things for people, sell them, even to restaurants. And by the time I was 15 years old, I had paid off the mortgage on our family farm. And that's when I began with a traveling show. Eventually, shooting matches. I met my husband there, and we were a team, although I could outshoot him. And we eventually started with White Buffalo Bill and his Wild Wild West show. And there was a time that we came to Meridian, and someone dared me to shoot a window out of the hotel downtown, which was not part of my character, but I took them on that day. And there was a bullet hole in the window downtown in Meridian that I indeed shot.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Now show us your hat and what do you
Okay.
That's the hat that I know you from the very beginning. And
This
it's your trademark hat. I just want everybody here to see it so they'll know when they see this little hat. They'll know.
I turned it a little bit to the side because this is a Victorian hat. I bought this at dirt cheap.
Okay.
But the little butterfly was my grandmother's. And, well, it's a Victorian hat, and I just tell a lot of stories there in the cemetery with this hat. This is the hat I wear when I usually go to libraries and places like that and tell with children. And I wear a big white scarf, sort of make it look a little bit like a fairy godmother. I don't know if I do or not. But it's my favorite.
Wonderful. Now give us your website, how to contact you. Tell us, if they want you to come speak, how does that all work? And we have a brochure. We're going to put that information up.
Okay.
For people who are just listening, like they might be at work and listening to it on the
Well, it's www.AnnMcKeeStoryteller.com.
Okay.
AnnMcKeeStoryteller.com. You can reach me there. You can reach me through the Mississippi Humanities. I'm listed there. All my information. You just go on their website. You can find me through Mississippi Arts Commission. And my home telephone, 601-479-2483.
And because you're on those rosters, teachers can maybe get matching grants for whatever.
That's right.
So
You just contact either one of those places, Humanities or Mississippi Arts Commission, and they'll give you all the information you need.
Wonderful. Annie, thank you so much for being my guest. It's so great to see you again.
Same here.
Everybody, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Meet My Mississippi Authors and Artists. And I told you, I know the coolest people, and they are the most wonderful artists and authors. And we just have jewels in Mississippi. Tune into the Hill Country Network every Friday, 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. for Meet My Mississippi Authors and Artists. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you're going to send me a...
Mississippi magic and sweet molasses breeze. God, country, family, that's what it means to me. Mockingbirds and bumblebees, magnolia blossoms and dogwood trees. Ice cold tea that tastes so sweet. It's the cool green grass beneath your feet. It's what I love, the only way I'll have it. Want that Mississippi magic.